10 places in England that feel like ghost towns. There are places across England where time feels still. These aren't derelict ruins or abandoned hamlets. People still live here. You'll see washing on the line, hear the occasional dog bark, and maybe catch a puff of smoke from a chimney. But something's missing. A hum, a buzz, a rush of life. These are places that once thrived, but now seem suspended between memory and motion. In this journey through the 10 places in England that feel like ghost towns, we rediscover real towns and villages that quietly echo with the voices of the past. 10. Goldthorpe, South Yorkshire. Goldthorpe sits in the coal-soaked valleys of South Yorkshire, a village born from black gold. During its heyday, the clatter of mining carts and laughter from working men's clubs filled the air. But with the closure of the Goldthorpe Colliery in the 1990s, the lights began to dim. Today, Goldthorpe is lived in, but not lively. Rows of terraced homes line narrow streets, but many high street shops are closed or boarded up. The post office still functions, and local murals offer a burst of community spirit. Yet, the silence is unmistakable. It's not ghostly in the Hollywood sense, but the absence of bustle leaves a chill. Efforts to regenerate the area are in motion, with new homes being built and transport links to Barnsley and Doncaster offering hope. Still, for now, Goldthorpe feels like a ghost town, gently stirring in its sleep. 9. Nelson, Lancashire. Nelson is a name that once echoed with industry. This former mill town in Lancashire was a textile powerhouse during the Industrial Revolution, home to vast spinning mills that stretched into the skyline. The trains came, the workers arrived, and the town grew. But with the collapse of the British textile industry, Nelson's fortunes faded. Walk its streets today and you'll find signs of that decline. Vacant lots where mills once stood, a town centre dotted with boarded shops, and a market square that often sits half empty. The town is not forgotten. In fact, community projects, multicultural influences, and proximity to the M65 motorway keep it ticking. Still, the energy feels trapped in the past. Nelson is a town that seems to speak in whispers, and not just because the looms are silent. 8. Easington, County Durham. On the cliffs of County Durham, Easington looks out over the North Sea, quiet, solid, and steeped in coal. The colliery here was one of the last big employers in the area, and when it shut down in 1993, it did more than kill jobs. It shook the village's foundations. Today, Easington is clean and cared for, but unnaturally quiet. The streets are lined with well-kept homes, but foot traffic is rare. Pubs that once rang with banter are now converted flats. There's no sense of decay, just stillness. It's a town in limbo, no longer industrial, not yet something new. It carries the air of a place that's waiting, but no one knows what for. 7. Skelmersdale, Lancashire. Skelmersdale was designed to be the future, a post-war new town meant to ease Liverpool's overcrowding. Built in the 1960s, it promised modern homes, green spaces, and a fresh start. But today, it feels more like a faded dream. The layout of Skelmersdale is famously confusing. Roundabouts lead to underpasses, underpasses lead to nowhere, and pedestrian walkways crisscross without logic. The town's central shopping mall, the Concourse, often feels cavernous and empty, especially during weekdays. Despite attempts to rebrand it as a commuter hub, Skem remains one of England's more disconnected towns. You can feel the ambition in its architecture, but also the absence, like someone walked out of the blueprint halfway through. 6. Knottingley, West Yorkshire. Nestled on the banks of the River Aire, Knottingley was once known for glassmaking and barge trade. It hummed with industry, from bottle factories to boatyards. But now? The hum has become a murmur. The high street has lost its energy. You'll find barbershops and bakeries, but also plenty of closed shutters. Community pride still glows, Locals speak warmly of their town, but it's clear that Knottingley has taken some hard hits. As manufacturing jobs left and funding dried up, the soul of the town went quiet. It's not derelict, it's just hushed, like an old engine idling in neutral. 5. Egremont, Cumbria. Egremont is rich in history and surrounded by beauty. Located near the Lake District, you'd think it would be thriving, but the decline of the local mining and steel industries changed its course. What you'll find today is a town filled with heritage, but hollowed by economic change. The high street is calm. The pubs aren't packed. Young people often move away. It's not bleak, it's just slow, like a radio dial turned to low volume. Yet, Egremont still bursts into life once a year for the Crab Fair, one of the oldest fairs in the world. For that brief moment, the town is alive again, proof that even a ghost town can remember how to dance. 4. Ferryhill, County Durham. Ferryhill was once a proud part of England's coal country. The pits brought jobs, homes and community life that flowed through social clubs, Sunday markets and corner shops. Then came the closures and the quiet. Today, Ferryhill looks clean and respectable, but many spaces feel underused. The market square can be eerily still. Former social venues now stand silent. Local services have shrunk, and while many residents still love their town, it undeniably feels like it's holding on to something long gone. Ferryhill hasn't crumbled, but like many towns on this list, it speaks with the soft voice of somewhere that once roared. 3. Redcar, North Yorkshire. Redcar's story is a dramatic one. For decades, it balanced two worlds, the calm of a seaside resort and the clang of steelworks. When the Teesside steel plant shut down in 2015, it sent shockwaves through the town. The beach is still beautiful and families still visit, but wander inland and the mood shifts. Many shops are empty. The job market never fully recovered. Iconic structures like the steel blast furnace were torn down, taking with them a piece of Redcar's identity. It's not just about economics, it's about spirit. Redcar feels like a town caught in a long, low tide. 2. Horden, County Durham. Horden was built by coal and nearly undone by its loss. It once boasted one of the largest coal mines in Europe, with over 6,000 men working below ground. But when the colliery closed in 1987, the town was left adrift. Homes were emptied and demolished, schools closed, shops never reopened. Horden is still inhabited, but many streets feel emptied of energy. It's one of those places where even a gentle breeze feels loud, yet hope remains. Regeneration schemes have tried to bring life back with new housing and youth projects. Still, Horden remains one of England's most ghostly living towns, not abandoned, but shadowed. 1. Askam-in-Furness, Cumbria. Topping this list is Askam-in-Furness, a small coastal village in Cumbria that was once roaring with iron ore wealth. During the Victorian era, it grew rapidly as a mining community, but as the iron faded, so did the crowds. Today, Askam is breathtaking in its stillness. The beach stretches out toward the Irish Sea like a scene from a postcard. The rows of homes are well kept, but movement is rare. It feels like a secret, a beautiful sunlit secret where the loudest thing you'll hear is the cry of seabirds. Askam isn't struggling, it's just resting. It carries the air of a place forgotten by time, but remembered by those who stay. These aren't abandoned towns. They're still breathing, still standing, but they carry the weight of what once were whispers of factories, markets, and miners. These places in England that feel like ghost towns remind us that history isn't just in books, it's in the silence that follows the noise. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell.